Scouts? And why, why do I have the eagle on my banners? Well, the eagle is the number one, it's the nation's bird. You can't, out of all the birds in the world, I couldn't put any other bird up there. In fact, when you say your Pledge of Allegiance, you say it into the stars and stripes. But at the top of that flag, of every flag that is from America, the United States of America, there should be a bald eagle. And a little play on that, a little spin on that. I'm an eagle, and once upon a time I did have hair on my head, but I shave it off every morning. So I would call myself a bald eagle now. But I'm still an eagle. And as I was telling the young man here, I said, when an eagle flies above the sky, the eagle see, all the eagle see is blue. And when you take a flight anywhere, you fly above the clouds, all you're going to see is blue also. That's why you got the blue background. That's why it's very, very important, that we encourage our young people to aspire for greatness, to aspire to do something other than fill out jail cells. I told a group of kids today, I said, you know what? The jails are overcrowded right now. The prisons are overcrowded right now. The probation officers, they're overworked right now. Why don't you go ahead and do something else with your life? What do you want to do? Go to school, become somebody, live your dreams. Go and see the world outside of, the area that you quote unquote grew up in. And they said, Mr. Dunlap, that makes a lot of sense. I said, I hope so. I said, because having retired from Fulton County government back in 2015, I was in charge of releasing, I had a staff that go to court to release people from jail in the city of Atlanta and Fulton County every single day. And it would alarm you to know that over 200 people get arrested in Fulton County every single day. And that is a lot of people, wouldn't you agree? Yes. And when you look at that and you understand the fact that people that's just a small percentage of people who are coming through the system, who are making bad choices, bad decisions, as a result of a quote unquote good idea, which turns out to be a bad idea. For example, if a young man come with another young man and say, you know what, I got a good idea to go somewhere and get a quick lick. Well, if you don't know what a quick lick is, that means to go and rob somebody very quickly and get some money very fast. That is an absolute bad idea. But I want to just encourage you to encourage your young people that, go out and create people like yourself. Leaders find other leaders. Followers find other followers. But you're leaders. I believe, I'm an eagle that was sent here today to train other eagles. And it wasn't by accident that you all are Eagle Scouts. And I too am an eagle. That's why I believe that the good Lord had put in my brother Ramon's heart to reach out to him to come out and bring in and to share a few words with you. But I won't belabor the time. I'm just going to give you really quickly, I'm going to give you 12 links of success. And this applies not only the young men, but as well as the older and the ladies as well. In fact, everybody say the 12 links of success.
12 links of success.
All right. The first link I want you to recognize this right here. Recognize that the end is only the beginning. A full circle means that the start will always connect to the finish or the end. So when you want something to come around full circle, you want to come from one point to the next point. And how you end one situation is predicated upon how you enter the next. So when you leave something, you get ready to enter something else. A lot of times people say, well, I'm going to retire from this. Well, where you're about to start working at. Because you never retire until you actually close your eyes. Can I get an amen? Amen. So you go from one level to the next level. I heard a gentleman say a long time ago that life is lived on levels and arrived at in stages. You never get to a point where you just arrive. Because just like a plane, my slogan is that the eagle only lands just to take off. What does that mean? That means that you get to a point in life where you never just land completely until you're on that final day in judgment. But as long as you're living, you arrive, you go. It's like going to Hartsfield. You land, you take off. You land, you take off. So just remember that the end is only a sign of a new beginning. Number 2, always keep a goal-setting mindset. What am I saying? Develop new goals. You say you want to double your numbers, think double. Think triple. How can you happen? Have a management leader. Put all the minds together, and I don't call it brainstorming. That's what they call it. I call it storming your brains. When you storm your brain and begin to extract what has been put inside of your heart and inside your mind, you begin to put it down on paper and transcribe, and now you put everything together and it makes sense. That's like when I wrote my book, I thought about success, I am success. Somebody said, how'd you write the book? Let me tell you, I'm glad you asked that question. Let me tell you how I wrote that book. I wrote the book because I put a combination of a lot of speeches I've spoken in the past. I put them all down on the table. I put them in chronological order. And then, at the end of putting everything together, I came up with the title, I thought about success, I am success. I know it came from above because I went and researched it, and you know what? Nobody else had it. So I put the book together, and I added some real life experiences in that book, and then I gave it the title, gave it a name, and you know what happened? The book has been selling very well ever since. The next point is, well, let me go back to number 2. It says, new objectives. So get new objectives, new goals, new ideas, get fresh ideas. Don't turn anybody away who brings a good idea to the table. Because that might be the idea. Just think about the guys who started, Facebook, in a college dormitory. They got together. I'm pretty sure they invited us other friends. Okay, why don't you guys come on out? No, we're going to go out and do some binge drinking. We're going to go out and do this. We're going to go out and party. Go out and have a date. Do different things. But you know what, though? They had an idea that was born, that was conceived. And as a result, it has over billions and billions of people that are subscribed to it. And you know what? That young guy, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, that guy is worth billions himself. So if you have ideas as it relates to how can you improve Boy Scouts, how can you improve Eagle Scouts, hey, bring it to the table. Because if you want to stop the guys from matriculating through the jail cells, from being out here on drugs, doing different things, train them as I was to become a Boy Scout. Give them something to do, and guess what? They will begin to do it. But if you let people wander out here and don't do anything, they will find themselves at a workshop that's operated by somebody from the bottom as opposed to somebody from the top. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
The next point is this right here. Well, we're still on number 2. It says new successes, new accomplishments. All right. Think about bread. Would you rather have old bread or new bread? Of course, new. Have you ever noticed that when you get your car washed, they always give you some new fragrance? They don't give you no old fragrance. They give you new fragrance. Because they say, you know what? You want that new car smell. So when you get your car washed, just think about Eagle Scouts. In fact, you want to go out and get some new members, some fresh blood, and some young guys who are coming up. So think about the Cub Scouts. Hey, bring them on to Eagle Scouts. The third point says, remember these 3 things. What you've been taught. All right? Number 2, what you've learned. And number 3, what you'll teach others. What you've been taught, what you've learned, and what you're going to teach others. You are the sum total of everything you've been taught and everything you've received by somebody who you have respected and acknowledged. So when you learn to open up yourself and say, you know what, let me open myself up to somebody that can bring me a new idea. But if you come with a closed mindset, instead of thinking outside the box, what happened is you have just rejected the next 10 years of productivity in the group of organization that you prayed for, that you dreamed about, and that you wanted. When you turn somebody away and say, you know what, man, this guy's coming with a notepad, an ink pen, instead of a ThinkPad or iPad, hey, this guy can't bring nothing to the table. But did you know that guy could be the one that can turn this thing around and take it in a whole different direction? All right? So remember that. Number 4, your success will be parallel or similar to others who think like you, talk like you, or go in the direction where you're going. Remember this, one of my favorite slogans. Birds of a feather do flock together. Eagles fly with eagles, chickens peck with chickens. We cannot have eagles at this dinner today and to talk because guess what? They've all been slaughtered and we're eating chicken today. We can't be an eagle and be a chicken at the same time. Either you're going to be an eagle or you're going to be a chicken. So we're eagles and not chickens. All right? Remember this right here, number 5. Your previous teachings and lessons represent the foundation of what is being constructed inside of your life. Follow the blueprint and you will see the finished product. If you miss a step, it will never hurt you to go back and do it again. Think baseball. If a guy hit a home run, he ran around the ballpark and he skipped second base. Is that a home run? Because he did not touch all the bases. If you make a mistake, go back and correct it, and guess what? It will count for you in your life. Number 6, never become too anxious for success. It's always a prepositioned and predestined place and point in your life that you shall come across. You know, I heard a guy say this a long time ago, the path to the prize is more valuable than the prize itself. What you learn along the way is more important than when you get to that place called there. Number 7 says this right here. If you get down, discontented, weak, or doubtful, immediately remind yourself of your purpose. It will drive you, fuel you, and help you sustain you on your life's journey. Past successes serve as testimonies of future accomplishments. One famous made this statement right here, and it propelled me. I've been here before. Tiger Woods said that when he played at the Masters, and he was hopping on one leg, the U.S. Open, and he said, you know what? I reminded myself, I've been here before. And he went on and hopped down there and won the U.S. Open that year. So you got to visualize. Everybody say visualize it.
Visualize.
Number 8, the only real person that can stop you is you. Sometimes the biggest enemy is inner me. Deal with yourself each and every day and night, because there will be times when you think every reason in the world why you should quit and give up, but don't do it. Number 9, realize that you are a unique person with uncommon mission. traveling to an uncommon place and path to get a predestined to a predestined location with never seen before rewards. Get there. Number 10, the path to the prize, all right, is more valuable than the prize itself, but it cannot equate to it. The prize and the path are two different prizes. The path has infinite prizes along the way, while the prize is yet only one prize. Number 11, this is very important. I get this from my good mentor, Les Brown. He has a program on YouTube. Look it up. It's called Stay Hungry. Stay hungry, and guess what? Be around hungry people. Stay hungry and be around hungry people. When you're around hungry people, they always going to be hungry for more success. When you be around starving people, they're waiting on the ship to come in. But a hungry person said, let's build our own ship. Anybody remember Gilligan Island back in the day? Mm-hmm. Gilligan and his friends stayed on that island because everybody came by to rescue them, but they said they got too comfortable on that island. That's why they got stuck there. You had a millionaire, you had the ship or two, you had all kind of folks on there. You know, kids, it may be before your time. I'm kind of dating myself. But if you go, that's a good lesson in that. Be hungry and stay hungry, because hungry people will get fed, and guess what? A hungry person gonna keep on eating. Number 12, know that graduations and promotions are really boarding passes to the next level in life. Life is lived on levels, but arrived at in stages. And I want to leave with these 4 principles that are very dear to my heart. We talked about boys, but you got to have boys that become men. All right? And if you want those boys to become men, to be strong men, and it's very important that even as a Boy Scout, that when they become a man, they may become a man scout to a degree, but they won't forget the principles by which you raise that child. And if you put them inside, if you put that tree in the ground, like it says in Psalms chapter 1, when the storms and the wind come, because he won't see another idea or another way or a familiar way. But you understand that even though they say things are changing in this world, there's some things that should not change. Boy Scouts of America should not change. You know why? Because the sun comes up and comes down every single day the same way. There's always 7 days in a week. All right, there are 12 months in a given year, 365 days, and always another one with leap year. But I'm here to tell you, some things need to remain the same if you want success to continue in this place called America with these 13 stripes and those 50 stars on that flag and the eagle sitting at the top. Never salute a flag that don't have the eagle on the top. Never salute a flag that has 1 star short or 1 stripe short. You know why? Because it's a counterfeit. When I worked at the U.S. Secret Service, did an internship there, we dealt with counterfeit money. And when counterfeit money goes through circulation, it is not like real money. That's why they print new money every so often. Because the counterfeiters, and I believe that some people that used to work for these agencies, they have gone out and have tried to pervert it and make it into something else. But when you understand that we're raising young men to become boys, and they one day will have families, and they'll stand in the communities and represent proudly who they are and what they are and what they've become, they will understand that, you know what? I look back on my roots. I look where I came from. I now understand where I'm at, and I know where I'm going. But if we tell our kids to forget about where they came from, they're going to be like a tree that's not planted by the rivers of water, who leaf go with them, and they're going to stop producing fruit. It ain't nothing worse than walking by a tree that can't produce anymore. And there's nothing scarier than having a tree on the inside of that bark. It's been consumed, by termites. And when you tap on that tree, it falls down. When the wind came by, like it came by the other night, it falls down. So I'm here to tell you that we all have a job to do. It is not just the guys here at the table job, but hey, become an army of one. And remember this right here, that you know what? It's all about being a man first. It's all about being manhood. It's all about having your intel always on point. We call that scholarship. When you ever get to a point where you want to give up and throw in the towel, you're going to think about that P word called perseverance. Everybody say perseverance. Perseverance. And if your brother get weak, you are your brother's keeper. You are your sister's keeper. Guess what? At that point, you're going to provide uplift. Everybody say uplift. Uplift. If you forgot those 4, let me go back and remember. Let me help you. Let me recite them. Manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. You remember those 4 cardinal principles? You will know that, you know what? I am training a man in this society to stand for principles. Because if you don't stand for something, He'll fall for anything. My name is CoreyP.Dunlap. I was your speaker for this evening. And remember, the eagle only lands just to take off.